All right, guys, so here we go. Okay, Nigel, I have a very small class tonight because it's really beautiful weather here. So I'm gonna narrate this video. We're talking about a basic guard pass. All right, you guys that are kind of gathered around watching, you guys can still learn some stuff. You might see some details. So right now, Jake there on his back, he is can apply many moves to Dave right there, right? So he can apply basic arm bar, triangle choke, X choke, all this kind of stuff, right? Tons of different moves. There's a few different ways to posture up from here, but in my academy, we usually put the hand right there on the sternum. I noticed, I think on your guard pass drill that you had your hands more to the hips, which is also okay. As long as they can't bend their legs and bring you towards them, try to bend your knees and bring Dave towards you, Jake. As long as he can't do that, now allow him to do it, Dave. As long as Jake there can't do that, then it doesn't matter to me how you have your hand. If you like, I like it there, but if you like it on the hip, that will work also, as long as the person on the bottom can't break your posture. Okay, now from here, okay, now Dave is going to, he knows that Jake can do all these basic moves, so he's gonna start to move back to open the guard. Once the guard is open, now this is very crucial, is that Jake on his back, his technique should be to bring his feet inside the arms to make what's called an open guard position. All right, now go back. Now this is something about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is this is what normally happens. Dave moves back to open the guard, and now Jake on the bottom just pulls him back into closed guard. Just pull him back into closed guard, don't do open guard. That's very bad Jiu-Jitsu because Jake is relying on his strength. And if he's relying on the strength, he'll only be able to beat people that he's stronger than. So instead, Dave moves back. Now he makes an open guard position. He just goes, okay, now we're in open guard. Now Jake has many techniques he can do to Dave. He can do triangle, he can do omoplata, he can do push sweep. So he has a lot of moves he can do. Dave here is going to defend many of those techniques by just hugging Jake's legs. Now Jake can still do the omoplata. Now, what's stronger, class? Jake's legs or Dave's arms? Jake's legs. So that means eventually Jake will win. Okay, his legs are stronger. So Dave is now going to take his knee and he's going to put it up. And now here, go back to how you were, Dave. You see how he's kind of hunched over for just a second? He's going to posture up. Go ahead. When Dave postures up, now Jake can no longer do an arm bar. He can no longer do like a scissor sweep. He can no longer do an X choke. He can no longer do a triangle choke. He can't do any of the moves that he learned as a white belt. He's going to have to transition to like De La Riva guard, to spider guard. It's a deep half guard. Now Jake is forced to do black belt level moves, and Dave on top, his strategy is to force Jake to do advanced moves. Dave's a black belt. Jake is almost a brown belt. Maybe if they don't know each other, maybe Dave might think, man, Jake might not even know what to do here. Now, unfortunately for Dave, Jake does know what to do there, right? So, but now Dave's gonna go to pass the guard. Now, Dave, just do like the Toriana pass. Basically, any pass will work here. So all the passes that you showed me, Nigel, they work. If you wanna do Toriana, you wanna do knee slicer, it doesn't matter. Any pass will work. But we're gonna start with the knee up. Now, I first learned the knee up, I was a Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. Go and do it again, Dave. And I said to my instructor, I said, every time I start to try to pass the guard like this, my base feels off. So when I did this, I wasn't used to it. Put your knee up, Dave. So when I started passing the guard here, I felt like my base is off and I can't do it. But after a couple months of trying to pass the guard like that, my guard became much better to pass. I was much better at passing the guard and not getting submitted, not getting swept. That's very crucial to do the technique that way. Go ahead and do it again, but do a different pass, Dave, while I'm talking. It's very crucial to do the guard pass this way because this links many of our techniques together. Not only does it protect Dave on top, but it links many of our moves. It links the De La Riva guard. It links the open guard. This is one of my favorite passes if Dave does it correctly. Oh, he did. Nice job, Dave. All right, Nigel. So we're going to pass the guard with the knee up. Every technique, every guard pass you do is correct, but just start with the knee up. All right, thanks.